So hi, good morning. Sige. So for this week, I want to try something different no this time. So I'd like to discuss 8 pain points that a resident or a fellow no is experiencing right now in relation to research. So the first one I'd like to discuss is really more of the conceptualization of the research process. You don't know where to start, no? What particular topic you'd like to focus into. Okay, it's just so many things that's going on. There are a lot, probably a ton that you'd like to explore, or probably because just so many you don't know where to start. That is the reason why your consultant would usually say na, oh sige, you do your research, magbasa kayo, where do you start? So that's really the big question. A good method would be the FINER method. So FINER, F-I-N-E-R. So F meaning feasible, I interesting, N novel, E ethical, and R relevant. So feasible. So basically, it should be feasible. It should be within your time frame. Kasi as much as we would want to have the very nice, super nice research, time talaga is the problem. So that is why you have to be practical about it. What is feasible as of the moment? If you cannot do data gathering via survey and all these types of questionnaires and all, then do a retrospective study. Or if you still have time, then that's the time you do your surveys and things like that, because it involves a lot of mga processes, especially in the development of the questionnaires and things like that, rather than just gather it directly from the patient record. So ayan. Then I, interesting. It should be interesting not only to the readers that you probably would read your research later on, but it should be interesting sa imo in the first place. Kaya if you're not interested, you're not gonna do it. Kapoy ba ang research? You have to be practical about it. Kapoy kayo jud, as in kapoy. So that's why it should be interesting. That is the reason why it should spark your interest, so that you'll be able to to pursue and finish it, di ba? And novel. Of course, gusto man nato matapos yun atong research. And of course, the easiest way to do it is just to look at the researches from the past, how they did it, and then modify a little bit, and then that's it, a new research study. But again, let's give justice naman sa atong research. It should be something that is novel, something that's new, and something that you can contribute to the body of knowledge. It should be ethical. So I know it's hard, no? Especially for those na naka-experience na to submit their research paper in the ethics committee, no? It's very hard to please them, because there are a lot of guidelines actually that the ethics committee is following in order for us. We have guidelines na we need to follow in order for us to approve a research paper. It's not that we just don't like the topic. It's not about that actually. Don't take it too personal. There are just things, mga researches, mga activities in the research process that is a little bit challenging, no? Especially on approving the ethical part of it, because we are dealing with patients, manggod. And of course, kung syempre, if we allow the research paper to proceed, and then medyo maraming ethical issues, then kami din ang maipit. So that's why we have to do our part in order to make sure that the research paper that we're approving is ethically sound. So in your end, you have to think about the procedure itself, if it's ethical or there are a lot of ethical issues. Kasi if maraming ethical issues yan, or very sensitive ang topic, and you don't have time, then that's gonna be a problem later on sa ethics committee. Kasi talaga yan, they would really give a lot of instructions how you are going to proceed with your research paper without harming or putting additional risk doon sa mga pasyente natin. And R, pinaka-last, it should be relevant. It should be relevant not only to your, of course, among department or specialization, but it should be relevant to the time, no? Kasi, let's be realistic, pag hot topic gani ang research, so definitely a lot of people are very interested, no? About it. And then, of course, they really wanted to know the end result of the research that you'd like to pursue. That is why it's easier to approve a research paper na talaga very relevant sa time. So you have to look at that particular area po, no, na if you're nagmamadali ka and then this particular topic is very interesting sa department and everybody's talking about it and there's a research gap that you found na pwedeng puntahan, then go! Doon tayo. And of course, I would recommend to really talk to a statistician before you start any of your research paper because although hindi kami medically inclined, hindi namin alam yung mga, of course, mga technical masyado sa medicine, but alam namin yung research process itself. So, based on that, based on your objectives, ano yung mga variables na gusto nating i-measure, ano yung parang approach na gusto natin, we would at least be able to simulate ano kaya yung magiging approach or statistical test that would be able to answer this, or how are we going to design the experiment in such a way that you'll be able to get your objectives. Yung mga ganong things, we can give you at least a heads up, ano yung i-expect doon sa process. And by giving you or anticipating what will happen based on the approach or strategy you'd like to pursue, then at least may idea na kayo more or less ano yung magiging parang complexities ng experiment na gagawin. Kaya at least guided kayo at the start of any research paper, and then hindi na masyado maging complicated ba yung mga bagay-bagay, especially in generating sample size, paano gawin yung experiment and things like that. So you consult your statistician the earliest possible time para bigyan kayo ng guide. So for that, this is first your statistician nga buutan, charot. Ito, thank you. Thank you sa inyong time, may buntag.